Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, October 15th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Yesterday afternoon, Maryland Attorney General Brian Frosh announced that a Severn man had been indicted on an overtime theft scheme against the state. He was indicted with 32 counts of theft and misconduct in office. Now, he was a lieutenant with the Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services, or the prison services of the state, and he was involved in a scheme to steal overtime amounting to $74,000. He was a supervisor at the Jessup Firearms Range, and on his timesheet, he falsely claimed about 80 hours of overtime each pay period, claiming that he was working as a guard in one of the towers at one of the nearby correctional facilities. As a supervisor, he was able to subvert the normal overtime process and pretty much approve his own time. Not quite sure how somebody didn't pick up 80 extra hours of overtime per pay period, but that's why they're making the big bucks. Anyhow, he stole approximately $74,000 from the state since July of 2019, so just a little bit over a year. DPSCS Secretary Robert Green said corrections and community supervision are all about integrity. We initiated this investigation and moved aggressively, contacting the Office of the Attorney General as soon as we learned there may have been any improprieties. And that defendant will be actually arraigned and tried here in Anne Arundel County. Welcome to the latest edition of As the School System Turns. Last night was supposed to be a deadline for parents to determine how they wanted to have their children learn this coming semester. Well, that deadline has now been extended to 5 p.m. on Monday. Families and school system employees will have an additional 4 days to decide how they wish to proceed based on the Board of Education's approval of the hybrid instruction model that's set to begin in November. Basically, there are three separate models. There is a hybrid format which sees students in class, in schools, 2 days a week, and learning virtually 3 days a week, completely virtual for the semester, or completely virtual for the full year. If you need to make this decision, what you need to do is go to aacps.org/OCT2020 Family Reopening, or if you are a faculty member, go to aacps.org OCT2020 Employee Reopening. You can find out more information and submit your responses there. Currently, the hybrid classes are scheduled to begin on Monday, November 16th for the early learners. On November 30th, it'll be students in grades 3 through 5, and high school and middle schoolers are probably a little bit later on in mid-December. Once again, families do have the option of a hybrid format or to remain as virtual learners either for the semester or the full years. Now, it's important to note that if you do not respond to the school on those websites that I mentioned, you will be automatically enrolled as a virtual full-year model. You can go to eyeonannapolis.net. We do have the links there, but again, aacps.org/OCT2020 Family Reopening or OCT2020 Employee Reopening. And OCT is OCT for October. All I can say is good luck. And speaking of good luck, let's talk about voting. The absentee or mail-in ballots have mostly all been mailed. Some are still able to be mailed, but the date that you want to remember is coming up. October 20th is pretty much the last day that you have to request an absentee or a mail ballot. You can receive it any number of ways. You can have it emailed to you. You can have it mailed to you. You can pick it up in person. All of that information is at the website aacounty.org/vote. On that website, you can check your status and see where your ballot is if you have already voted, like I have. Just go on that website, click Check My Voter Registration, check my ballot, and then it will say the status exactly where it is. Mine has been received back. Remember the different ways that you can vote. You can drop it in the mail. I suggest the earlier the better, but you do have to have it postmarked by 8 p.m. on November 3rd. You can drop it in a box at your convenience 24/7 at all 31 locations throughout the county. You can early vote, which is October 26th through November 2nd. Hours are 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., including the weekends, or you can vote in person on Tuesday, November 3rd. The hours 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. as well. Keep in mind, because it is COVID, you can vote at any location within the county. If you live in Annapolis and you happen to work up in Glen Burnie, that's cool. You can go to the North County High School and vote there. You can go to Corcoran Middle School and vote there. You don't need to vote in your home area. Every polling place will have ballots for every jurisdiction. Once again, all of this information is available to you at aacounty.org/vote. And in more political news, if you are a Republican, you may want to get in on this. There is a planned car parade to support President Donald Trump this Saturday. Rallygoers are going to ride around the county on Saturday morning sporting all of their Trump regalia. The organizers have encouraged attendees to decorate their cars with stickers, signs, flags, T-shirts, hats. Flags are all encouraged, and they will also be on sale at the parade. Currently, more than 225 people have RSVP'd. There are another 580 that have said they are interested. They are going to start lining up at 10:15 on Saturday morning at 127 Lubrano Drive in Parole. That's just before the Best Buy, with the thought to get underway at 11 a.m. Half of them will go north, half of them will go south to cover the north and the south part of the county. When they're done, they're all going to meet up back at the Annapolis Italian Market at 126 Defense Highway. Now, the Italian Market was very quick to note that they are not affiliated with this. This is just where they decided to end and eat. If you are not in Anne Arundel County, they are having similar caravans in Baltimore County, Prince George's County, and St. Mary's County. So there's your Republican rally information for the weekend. And as we wrap up, just a quick reminder that you still have a chance to win an autographed copy of Dave Gendel's book about the Thomas Point Lighthouse. Just leave us a review and a rating before the end of the day on Friday, and we'll pick a winner and announce it on Monday. For a second chance, just tell your social media followers on Facebook or Twitter about the Daily News Brief and use the hashtag EOADNB, and you might win a $25 gift card and a custom pint glass from Chesepiooc Real Ale Brewey up there in Crofton. And finally, you want to make sure you're checking out our All Annapolis Facebook page a little bit later this morning. I got in touch with the Rams head on stage yesterday, and they gave me a pair of tickets to see the Dirty Grass Players at Rams Head on stage this Friday evening. We're going to have a contest on our All Annapolis Facebook page, so if you want to see the Dirty Grass Players, courtesy of the Rams Head and Ion Annapolis, make sure you check that out a little bit later this morning on All Annapolis on Facebook. So there are tons of ways to win some free stuff here, and I'm really glad to see that this is all starting to come back. So good luck to everybody who does enter. All right, that does wrap up the news for us today. Please make sure you're checking out ionannapolis.net throughout the day because we're going to update it throughout the day. If you're someplace you can leave us a rating or a review, do that. Get into that contest. And make sure you let all your friends, family, and colleagues know how to get all the podcasts and to subscribe. It is Thursday, so we do have Trevor with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes coming up. We also have George Young with your local DCMDVA weather forecast. All of that's coming up after this brief message from Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, October 15th. Yesterday provided a near-perfect day with max sunshine and temps in the 70s, and today will be equally as nice with more blue skies and comfortable 70s for afternoon highs before a cold front moves into the region from the west on Friday, bringing cooler highs in the 60s, along with clouds and some rain throughout Anne Arundel County with chilly air expected behind the front with AM lows Saturday and Sunday morning in the upper 30s to mid-40s with highs around 60 degrees on Saturday and low to mid-60s on Sunday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website each day at DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Annapolis may be Maryland's state capital, but it's also the sailing capital of the world. And whether you call Naptown home or are just planning a visit, a cruise on the Annapolis Maritime Museum's newly restored skipjack, the Wilma Lee, is a perfect opportunity to sit back, relax, and let the wind carry you across the water. Whether you're looking for front row seats to the Wednesday night sailing races, a guided sailing heritage tour, or an evening cruise to enjoy the extraordinary sunsets over the Chesapeake, a cruise aboard the historic Wilma Lee is the perfect way to connect the bay through both cultural and ecological lenses. The Annapolis Maritime Museum's making sure all safety protocols are undertaken, including social distancing and requiring masks while boarding. And the boat is open air, allowing plenty of space to socially distance. Tickets are available at amaritime.org. Private cruises are also available. Visit amaritime.org for more information.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Going on now through November 1st, check out the Maryland STEM Festival at marylandstemfestival.org. There's dozens of organizations all around Maryland participating, and you can find all of their events at the website. On Saturday, check out Fungus Among Us, Intro to Mushroom Identification at Beverly Triton Nature Park. Also on Saturday, check out the fall mini-sessions at Wildberry Farms, out near Gambrills, with Megan Evans Photography and Sweet Annie's Flower Truck. And on Monday, check out the STEAM Fair 2020 as it goes virtual. Take the STEAM Fair home this year. Check out their website for links to videos, project instructions, and a complete supply list. At Art Farm in Annapolis, on Saturday, check out their outdoor mini art camp and improv camp for ages 7 through 10. Give yourself a break and drop the kids off every other Saturday this fall for a 3-hour mini art camp for kids. On Monday, Art Farm has a mixed media sculpture camp for ages 10 through 15. On Tuesday, their graphic design class continues. Also on Tuesday, check out their virtual block printing class with Anita Hagen, as well as their virtual beginner drawing class. On Wednesday, a mixed media city project for ages 7 through 9 starts, as well as every Wednesday now through November 11th, their virtual pencil, charcoal, and watercolor class with Kat Dolch for ages 10 through 15. At the Benjamin Banneker Museum and Park in Ellicott City, tomorrow check out Look Up, What Do You See? With the new moon and no moonlight, it's a great time to get out and take a look at the night sky. On Saturday, they have another nature journaling class, learning to observe nature through drawing and writing, as well as cooking in the cabin. Explore early American cooking with the park's culinary historians, using a wood-burning hearth and bake oven, and more. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System, lots more weekday Facebook Live story times, including a Pumpkin Palooza STEM virtual story time and a Unity Day kindness story time. Tomorrow, check out NASA Robotic Servicing. NASA engineers and scientists offer a presentation of how robots will help maintain things in space, including satellites and spacecraft. On Saturday, there's a design challenge. With a design challenge selected, you'll have 10 minutes to create something while listening to music or a story. At the end, everyone will share their creation with the group. Use your own random supplies, or pick up a design challenge kit from the Eastport Annapolis Neck Library. Lots of stuff going on Tuesday at the library. First, exploring the outdoors, from mountains to sea, Maryland's natural areas, presenting 31 wild and wonderful natural areas in Maryland that are easy to explore. Also on Tuesday, the O'Malley Senior Center Book Club. This month's theme is to read a book by a Hispanic author, and come ready to share. There's also the Virtual Anime and Manga Club, Intro to E-Learning Resources, STEM at Home. Celebrate the Maryland STEM Festival alongside the Glen Burnie Library staff, who will demonstrate some science projects that you can do at home. On Wednesday at the library, check out Intro to Library eBooks and Streaming, as well as the Guys Book Club, with All the Light We Cannot See by Andrew Dorr. There's also lots of other stuff going on at the library, like check out their K-pop music bingo, Understanding the LGBTQIA+ community, Frederick Reads with Wes Moore. The City of Laurel is turning 150. There's another presentation of the groundwater approach, building a practical understanding of structural racism. There's also mindfulness through yoga, and a collaborative poetry club. At Unallocated Space in Severn, they have another virtual happy hour tonight, and tomorrow night is a virtual amateur radio night. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, Tuesday we have our monthly CAD, CAM, and CNC with Fusion 360 3D Design Workshop with Russ. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can also find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org as well. Whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues. This is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.